This episode of Techno Buffalo is brought to you by 23andMe.
What's up, everyone? John Rettinger from Techno Buffalo here. Welcome back to another episode of Ask the Buffalo, except I'm not doing Ask the Buffalo. I am handing the Ask the Buffalo reins to our newest Buffalo, Miss Ashley Escada. So to be super dramatic, I'm just gonna slam down the microphone. You know what? I'm out of here. I've answered enough questions. I don't know when the next iPhone's coming. Bye, guys.
Thanks, John. Hey guys, it's Ask the Buffalo and it's all mine. This week we're going to talk about HP's foray back into smartphones, smart accessories, the future of cars, and how we divvy up writing at Techno Buffalo. This is Ask the Buffalo, so let's get answering. Our first question is from Techno Buffalo commenter Banned from Japan, who asks, "Hey John," not John, "do you think HP will have a chance in the OS wars if they truly are coming back in the game?" Well, that is an interesting question because I have a lot of latent rage at HP for killing my beloved WebOS. I loved the Palm Pre. I stood in line when it came out at a Best Buy. I was fourth in line. I think that HP is going to have a very difficult time with a couple of different things. Number one, mindshare. Not a lot of people are saying, gosh, I wish HP would make a phone. They're pretty happy with their HTC Ones, their Galaxy S4s, and their Apple iPhone 5s, and their Nokia Lumias. So I don't know that there's a lot of demand. So I'm not sure if they have a chance, not because they couldn't make an okay piece of hardware, even though I think most OEMs would do a little bit better. I don't think they're gonna be innovating to the point where it's gonna bring people in droves. And at that point, really, if you can't bring people in droves, what are you really doing? If somebody like Microsoft is having a difficult time bringing people to Windows Phone 8, HP is going to have a tough time bringing people to the hardware side on smartphones from them. So I just don't know. Next up, Twitter user iOS Daily Matt wants to know, are smartwatches and smart glasses even necessary? Have we gotten that lazy? We haven't gotten so lazy that we're eating cupcakes in a cup like in WALL-E and being shuttled around via hovering lazy boys, but we definitely are kind of lazy. But I do think that there is some inherent value to smart accessories like glasses, Google Glass, and smartwatches like Pebble, and even a future iWatch if that does happen. One of the things that I have found is when I personally have my phone in my back pocket, I feel that a lot of times I'm always checking the time for no reason. And I don't know, I think it's sort of like a weird compulsion that we have kind of developed after the smartphone craze. Maybe even before then, maybe you checked your candy bar Nokia back in the late 90s. I think that smart accessories are just a natural evolution of what we're using. And I think that in the future, we're gonna have even crazier technology. So potentially smart glasses may turn into smart contacts. We've seen these contact lenses that enable you to have sort of a telescopic eye, which is a little creepy, but kind of amazing in the sense that I am certain we will be killed by robots at some point. So maybe things like this will give us a fighting chance. And things like smart glasses and watches, to me, are the first step towards even cooler human modifications that we're going to be able to make in the future. So I don't know that it's about laziness. I think some people buy them because they are in fact lazy. But generally speaking, I think it's just sort of footsteps going forward. That's how technology works. Kind of awesome. I love it. Twitter user OscarV831 wanted our opinion on this question. What is your opinion with the future of cars? Best of all, which energy source to use considering global warming? Well, I think climate change is something that a lot of people are very concerned about. Obviously, we have so many different vehicle options available to us. We have battery-powered cars, hydrogen-powered cars, gas-powered cars. I definitely think that at some point we're gonna have to get away from fossil fuel just because it's really hard to make over time and we're gonna kind of run out at some point, especially with people like China really coming up in terms of industrialized society and building things and factories. So I'm gonna say I really like, as a concept, the idea of either a self-driving car that is hydrogen powered. I think that we can find some breakthrough in hydrogen technology. I'm sure some of you would disagree with me on that, but I do think that it is a good way to run a car just because zero emissions. And we've all seen those videos where they run a hydrogen car and then they like have clean water come out of the tailpipe. Generally speaking, I'm not sure if we've seen the change in car technology that is going to move society as a whole, first world society as a whole, away from fossil fuels and gas-powered cars. We've seen some really amazing battery technology starting to kind of come up. It's going to take a little longer, but overall, I think we are on the right track. But better battery technology, number one. Better use of hydrogen technology, number two. I think those are the really big, important things to focus on. And lastly, Techno Buffalo commenter, the courageous Carlos, asks, hey there, my question is, how do writers for Techno Buffalo divide the news to write articles about? Does everyone know which article they're supposed to write? How do you avoid writers from writing articles on the same news? Well, we can all see what everyone else is kind of working on, but generally speaking, Thunderdome. Real quick before we wrap this up, wanted to take a second to thank our sponsors, 23andMe. I love science, and more specifically DNA, our individual biological fingerprint. So back in 2007, 23andMe released their personal genome service. It cost $1,000, which is pretty pricey for a lot of us out there. And they only offered 14 reports on your DNA. But as all of the best technology does over time, it has gotten way more affordable. How much more affordable, you ask? How's $99 sound? That's right. $99 gets you a full personal genome analysis. And it's not just 14 reports anymore. It's over 200 reports. Yeah, that's right. You might find out why you're sensitive to cilantro, or you could discover famous ancestors. Some of the reports cover medical topics like health risks and carrier status for hereditary conditions. All of that for $99 and more. That's cheaper than taking a family of four to a 3D movie on a Saturday night. That's the cool thing about 23andMe. You get to explore your very own DNA from the comfort of your living room. All you have to do is head over to the site, order your DNA kit online, mail 23andMe your saliva sample, and wait for your report. Take advantage of that $99 price today, or just learn more about the service by heading over to www.23andme.com/technobuffalo. That's it for this week's Ask the Buffalo. Thanks so much for watching. Please give the show.
I want the show back.
No.
Your fault for sitting in a wheelie chair.
Okay.
Get out of here.
So that's it for this week's Ask the Buffalo. Thank you so much for watching. Please give the show a thumbs up. We really appreciate that. And check us out at technobuffalo.com for all the latest and greatest tech news. Until next week, I'm John Rettinger.
You're not Ashley.